What's good, family? This your girl Teefa, and right now, this moment, presently, you tuned in to Will Mass Artist Spotlight. Yeah, you in the right place. My name is Teefa. I am I'm a lyricist, and that looks a lot of different ways. And my birth name is Teefa, so my full name is Latifah Fatima. So really, I always wanted to have, a name that fully represented me and who I truly was, and not like the made-up rap name. So I just stuck with it, Tifa. That's what my family called me. Man, an artist is somebody that takes what they see, what they experience, whatever creates or curiosity within them, and they take it and they, put it out into the world in a form of art. And that could look like music, that could look like visual art, it could look like poetry, it could look like playing instruments. It could look like acting. It could look like a lot of different things. It's a lot of different ways to be creative, but artists really communicate through a creative space. Oh, I ain't telling my age. So I'm born and raised on the south side of Chicago, southeast side to be exact. I was raised in Tarrytown. Like I moved all around Tarrytown most of my younger years. I went to Kenwood, then went to Thornwood, and at the age of 19, I was blessed to get a record deal with my partner, my sister Shauna, Rashana from DTP. We were a group called Infamous Syndicate. And, we used to be around the local barbershop spitting, trying to get money for activity we ain't had no business doing. But we were just out, trying to get in every cipher, and anybody that would listen to us spit, we were just trying to be heard and just kick it and have fun. And that kind of turned into us having a big song on radio, 106 Jams at the time. Pink House, he was like, man, he was a man for just the Midwest radio, Chicago radio. He was known for breaking artists, DJs. He had the hottest show on radio at the time. And, he broke our song called Jenny Jones, produced by Andy C. And from there, we just got a record deal and we started touring. So right after high school, all our homies went to college or not. And we went on tour. We got to go on the Lyricist Lounge tour with Eminem, with KRS-One, with The Roots, a lot of really dope hip hop artists, LL Cool J. And just to go on and continue to just make music and just represent and be artists and just grow in the industry. Shauna went on to work with Luda and be a part of DTP and drop her solo projects. Um, I dropped solo projects as well, and I worked in radio here in Chicago. So I used to have a show called A Side and B Side on GCI, where I would bring in artists and I would freestyle all my talk breaks. It was crazy because I'd be too scared to like talk because it'd be like so many people, but being an artist, I was more comfortable, with communicating with people that way versus just speaking and just saying my thoughts. So, and it ended up being the number one mix show in Chicago for quite a long time. A lot of artists came through there, Kanye being one of them. But that was a prior relationship from the Infamous Syndicate album. Just a lot of artists that, were able to break their records and just put on for the city. I went on to be on Power 92 for some years, and then I went on to go on 106.3 and start my own show called The Basement, where I just played throwback hip hop. So what was dope about The Basement was like I wasn't just a jock hosting, you know what I'm saying? They didn't tell me what to play. Like I curated the show. I produced the show myself. It was a one woman act, ran the show, produced it. Shout out to Hot Rod. Y'all know Hot Rod. He also began to work with me and produce the show, and we started doing video content and stuff like that. So that just kind of leads me to where I am now. These past few years, I've been teaching with CPS video production. You know, from being an artist, you kind of learn multiple trades. So from working behind the scene on my own stuff, I kind of learned video production. So now I teach it for Chicago Public Schools, and now I'm getting back into my music. So, you know, I'm expressing myself again in another form. And that's kind of where I am today, just really diving back into hip hop, being an artist, and, you know, just stepping back into my true calling, what I believe it is. Man, probably like the honesty. Like, I don't really, I think I'm different because I don't really try to do what everybody else is doing. Like, I tend to turn away from trends, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go the opposite way and just do me. So I don't always look like everybody. I don't always speak like everybody. I'm not rolling with a huge entourage like everybody. You know what I'm saying? I, I'm interested in stunting differently, should I say. You know, I'm a mom, so for me, stunting is legacy for my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's education, it's freedom, and not like physical freedom, like chains. Yeah, that, but also the ability to be mentally free. You know what I'm saying? And have knowledge and be able to be whoever you want to be in this world and live wherever you want to live and travel wherever you want to travel. So things of that nature. Yeah. Oh man, it could look a lot of different ways, right? It really depends on who or what motivates or inspires me. So sometimes that could look like a movie, and they might show something that I went through, and then I might go write about that, right? Sometimes that look like a beat, and for me, beats are emotions. So when I hear beats, I tap into what is actually the emotion that I feel when I listen to it and what happened to me in my life, or what did I see somebody close to me go through where they experienced that actual emotion. And I usually start there. Like, usually my first line is the first thing you say when a certain emotion is triggered. Like, that's just how I am, you know. It's different every time, the creative process, because I'm also open. Like, I was just in LA and I was working with a group of writers for another artist, you know what I'm saying? And it was a totally new creative process, but it was really dope. So it was like a room of writers, right? It's not just me this time. And then, like, I'm noticing they go in and they find the melodies on the beat, which I've done that too, but they just lay melodies minus the words, and then they go back and fill in the words. So I'm from a generation where we driven by the context, we driven by what we saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the power for us. So I've been learning lately just to approach things differently and just follow the feeling, man. Like, not really stay stuck on one type of way to create, but follow the feeling. Like, I think that's a really dope creative process too. Honesty inspires me, truth inspires me. So people that emulate that, you know, people that stand for something, people that go against the grain and do something differently. I'm recently very much so re-inspired by Kanye with the documentary, being reminded of just all of the obstacles that he overcame, knowing his own personal challenges, and still persevering and doing, you know, doing hard shit when people don't think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the people that are supposed to support you, because it looks different, it feels different, they don't want to do it, or they allow fear to stop them from doing it. So I really respect him for that. You know, I came up with Ye, and he's always been that way. But it's like now, you know, it's proven. Like, it's his ideas, his thoughts, you know, his reasoning, it makes sense. He has a track record to prove it. So I'm just really re-inspired, and it just makes me want to, you know, push forward in my beliefs and what I see, and just really stand on my faith, you know, and turn my faith into giant size, God size faith. That's what really inspires me most of all. That could look any way, in anybody, in any form, you know. Man, I want people to feel encouraged. I want people to feel like they could do anything. That's really what I want, and I want people to know my story. I don't think a lot of female rappers talk about what I'm talking about. So I think that to hear me say some of the things that I say, if it's not in alignment with what you're hearing the heavyweights doing, depending on what you consider to make somebody a heavyweight, but if it's not what the popular trend is at the moment, but you agree with it, like stand on it and support that. Like I got some bars I say, I don't want nothing that God didn't prepare for me. Sent clear signs, spell it out, declare for me. Tore it down to a morsel that he spared for me. I plan to eat the fruit of the seed that healed and cared for me. I never disappoint y'all. I anoint y'all because I roll with a squad of God's point guards. What I say, we indivisible. That means he stuck with me, and you could do anything through him, but fuck with me, So a lot of people ain't talking about God like that, you know. Or a lot of people are shunning you for, believing however you want to believe and what it look like, and then the people that are believers, they not trying to hear me say you could do anything through him, but fuck with me. But that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So, just standing on that. Like, if you rock with something, man, be about it. Let it show through your actions and not just your words. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your beliefs. I would say my ultimate goal is to feel like I'm making a difference in people's lives and my children's lives. My ultimate goal is to build a legacy, kind of grounded in giving people freedom, whatever that looks like for them, physical freedom, mental freedom, you know what I'm saying, spiritual freedom, emotional freedom, financial freedom. And I want to do a lot of different things. With me coming back into, my art, my craft, really writing again, recording again, working on this EP, I really want to use the influence from that to help move education. It's not about me living in these silos or compartmentalizing my gift. It's about using them to fuel each other, right? So how do I use whatever I earn or gain from being a spitter to a lyricist to really help and move education so more of our kids have that freedom to do what they want to do with their life. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that's something that I'm working on. And I believe in planting seeds and manifesting, the future that you want. So start from the ground up with what I got. Yeah. Man, connect. I say that. I say connect. Like, I think people a lot of times are stifled by fear of somebody else's talent overshadowing them. I think that those are opportunities to learn. Those are opportunities to grow. So I really just encourage people to connect more, seek out what it is that you want, and then even if you have ideas and you feel like they crazy, they could be enormous. God didn't put that on you for no reason. Start where you are. Start with what you got and connect with other people that think like you and believe like you. You will only be as successful as the weakest link of the people you surround yourself with. I truly believe that. So if you're not around, a group of people that are on what you own, it don't have to look the same way. You know what I'm saying? You might be an entrepreneur in music. They might be an entrepreneur in fashion. That's cool. Connect. But yeah, that's my main thing is just work together. You know what I'm saying? I really want to see more of that. So I'm working on an EP that'll be just me. And then I'm also really excited that Infamous is dropping a new project soon. That's coming soon. So yeah, we just grinding it out, man. Like again, it's just about doing the work, connecting, enjoying the work, and yeah, that's it. Ah, that's dope. Um, I'm gonna say lyricist, Jadakiss, art, Basquiat. All right, I'm gonna say vocalist. I'm gonna say Jill Scott. Poetry, J Ivy. And then I'll say cinematic art. Man, I'm gonna give it to the guys because I really respect that they started from nothing and built to everything. I'm gonna say Cootie and Chike. Yep. Ah, celebrity crush. Oh, I don't even be on that. Well, you can't not be on that, but I really dig and these guys I like married or dating. I'm gonna say two. Can I say two? Actors. I'm gonna say Michael B. Jordan. He's amazing. Just everything. And then Michael Early. Yeah. I just like their energy. I love their intellect. I love the way they think and articulate their thoughts and ideas. And then I think that they're amazing actors, and I think that they fine as hell too. So that helps, you know. Um, favorite designer clothing brand. I like yo. I'm really one of them people. Like I rock with. First, I'm gonna give it to Chicago. The designers that I rock with at the crib. I gotta be 100 about that. I'm gonna say Fly, Dave, Jeff, and I'm gonna say what's my homie? I'm always at her for stuff. A high end junkie, Q, on clothing. Those are literally people that I go to get merch when it's time. And then you said designer and brand. All right. So I guess those are designers and brands. But I'll add something else that I feel like most people wouldn't say that they really rock with. Like I really fuck with Zara. You fuck with Zara? Okay, okay. Most people ain't gonna be like, they gonna be like, yeah, Gucci, Louis V, because I'll be like, I do some pieces. I do really pieces on the high end shit. I really like, man, just modern, simple, classy. I don't know. I'm a little different. Oh, real life all day. Real life. Social media is highlight real of what you want people to see. Like you could set the whole shit up for social media, right? Like I'm gonna put this right here. I'm gonna hold the camera right like this. I'm gonna make sure you don't see this part. Like that shit is not. But real life, real life is beautiful. That shit is happening, and the future is going to be dictated off real life. Like if you make decisions based on what you see on social media, you're really sending yourself off because it's a lie, or it's not the full truth, right? It's a composed, created reality. But what's really there and authenticity is, that's what it is. So you want to build and make decisions and choices about the people you draw with, about the places you want to attend, about what excites you off of something that is really there, that's real. So real life all day. Man, I would be taller, Joe. Yeah, like I would only be taller because certain jeans be too long. I'll be having to get all my stuff hemmed. I'm gonna say something real though too. I used to I used to feel like for some reason people were like intimidated by my energy, and then at a certain point it would make me dim my light a little bit. Like I would jump on the interview and I wouldn't necessarily speak how I speak. I wouldn't say words like articulate and amalgamate and education. But I got a whole master's degree. I'm about to say that shit, right? So that's one thing that I've grown out of, wanting to say, oh, I wish everybody wasn't intimidated. People would be more open or upfront or not, intimidated by giving me certain opportunities or whatever. Man, if it's for you, it's for you. That's the way I feel now. And I think that that light that we all have is what God put in us, And anything we do to dim it, we turning him down in our life. And I don't want to be in no rooms that he ain't in. So that's just me. I love to eat. Um, Favorite food spot? That's tough, cause yeah, that's tough. On some fast food or like some real. So okay, first of all, I don't eat meat. I'm not a vegan. I'm a pescatarian that eats about 50% vegan meals, about 30% vegetarian meals, and about 20% pescatarian meals. So on the fast food side, I can't believe it's not meat with the patty melts. Smack your mama five. Don't smack your mama though. But they are amazing. I don't really have recent ones, but my most, oh Lord. Oh Lord, that was a good question. Will is in your business. Okay. I do. I have my right shoulder blade is completely tatted with, so it's like probably a fourth of my back. And it's a mural of butterflies. I just love butterflies. I love how you can visually see their growth from caterpillar, and they little and they look like they stink and they sticky, and then they grow into this colorful, look like a beautiful flower that's flying around. So I have a mural of butterflies and graffiti art. It's like that's the best way to explain it on my back. Yeah, and it hurt really bad, and I want another one, and I think it's addictive, and I probably shouldn't because it did hurt. With capital T. It's fresh though. Is that I'll let fear stifle me or hold me back from doing something that I really want to do. Once you gain understanding about who you are, life, and how precious time is, new experiences are to be celebrated, not to be feared. So, and I'm human, so I feel it, right? But to let that feeling stifle you, that's scary. Because, man, it's your girl Teefa. Lyricist. That's the easiest way to explain what I do, even though I do a lot of stuff. That's the easiest way to put it. You could catch me on IG, infamous underscore Teefa, right? The infamous is for Infamous Syndicate underscore Teefa. That's me. Check me out in the Genius documentary. Yeah, I was actually on my show on GCI. Kanye came through. And FYI, that was not the first time Kanye came through. That was like a regular spot for him when he was at the crib. We used to go up there and freestyle all the time, but that day other things happened. New EP coming from Teefa, you know, new EP coming from Infamous Syndicate. You can hit that link, that tiny link in my bio on IG, and just check your girl out, man. You know, it's time to grow, Chi-Town. It's time to grow. It's time to grow. The world waiting on us. What you want to do with it?